Hey, friends, family, people's rights, members, and all the above. I just wanted to take a minute and talk about something that's been a little bit heavy on my heart after last night. After last week, actually, after our meeting in Idaho and then coming to our people's rights meeting last night in Central Oregon. The problem that I'm seeing with our country, the problem I'm seeing with our community, with all these issues that we face, be it from the mask to the scare tactics to anything that has to do with safety, right? Is we've forgotten our place. We have forgotten that it's nobody's job but our own to secure our own safety. That is our responsibility. We don't delegate that off to any government. We don't delegate that off to any agency. We don't delegate that off to any official. And we've forgotten these. We've forgotten all about these concepts of what it means to be a self-governing society. People may say, well, we're not a self-governing society, we're a republic. We are. That is very true. But it's only we've delegated limited tasks to the government within our republic. And I can prove that in our Declaration of Independence. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Consent of the governed, meaning the people are the ones in power. We've forgotten that. I just got back from town, went to the grocery store, needed some brown sugar. And I could not believe the amount of people that are willingly wearing masks. They don't want to, but they do. And it drives me insane to sit here and watch this take place. Because nobody wants to wear these things. Nobody believes in these things. Nobody believes that, I'm not going to say nobody, but a large majority of the people in our community specifically do not agree with these tyrannical and Marxist regulations that have been put upon us by a government, by a governing body, by a governing agent specifically, being the tyrant in chief in Oregon, Kate Brown. So we all sit here and we hope that somebody's going to come save us. We've talked about this. We're waiting for Superman to come. KrisAnne Hall said at her presentation last week, we sit and we wait for the leaders to rise. We sit and we wait for the heroes to show themselves. You're the heroes. Each and every one of you is your own hero. You're the one tasked with defending yourself. You're the one tasked with preserving your own safety. And my frustration lies is when we put so much faith in these elections for a system that is nothing like our founding document. There's no resemblance to our government as described in this Constitution. It just doesn't exist anymore. What we have is a two-party faction that is leading our country over the edge. They're leading us right into civil war. That's exactly where we are going. 3 weeks we are going to be engaged in a civil war. We've already started the civil war, but in 3 weeks you're going to see it all come to fruition. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I really hope I'm wrong on this. But at our People's Rights meeting, we've had politicians come up and give us their spiel and give us, why we should vote for them and why we should give them money and blah, 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 and this and that. And again, it frustrates me beyond belief to sit there and listen to these people speak and spew and beg for money and beg for support when, quite honestly, it doesn't matter who's in that office. As long as it is not a supermajority, nothing gets done. And that is the fact. In Oregon, we have a supermajority, but there's just enough on the other side to keep that supermajority from being able to enforce their will. Just enough to break the quorum rules. And so everybody says, oh, we just need to get more people in there. We need to get the right people in there. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter. If you don't have control to pass the laws that you want to pass, the other side's going to oppose you with all means necessary. That is what our government has turned into. It has turned into a two-party faction where neither side can take a step forward. Nothing's been passed in Oregon of substance in I don't know how long. Because why? We've had liberal ideologies forced down our throats, and the conservative senators and representatives walked out, denying a quorum. So you don't think that that's going to happen if the roles were reversed? You don't think that the liberals would walk out if the conservatives had the supermajority and they could deny a quorum? This is the game that's been playing for decades and decades and decades, as our rights are destroyed, as they get trampled upon, just like we're seeing now. We see the tyrant-in-chief, Governor, I'm not even going to use the word governor, she's not a governor, she's a tyrant. Kate Brown sees that she can't get anything done through the legislature, so she uses a legal executive order to push her will. And then she engages illegal executive agency to force it upon the people. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. They want to find people to do exactly what she says. They want to threaten people to do exactly what she says. So, guess what, guys? The heroes aren't going to show themselves. Because all you got to do is go look in the mirror. All you got to do is realize that you're the solution to the problem. You're the reason that the mask mandate still exists, because you follow it. You do what you're told. Yeah, I understand you don't want to be confrontational. You don't want to be this. You don't want to be that. You don't want to cause problems. Guess what? Our complacency, our laziness, and our lack of engagement is the reason that we're in this mess. And you can accept to believe that as the truth or not. Because the fact of the matter is nobody's coming to save us. The guy that came to save us all has already did his job. And guess what? He's not back yet. So it's left to us, the people, the self-governing society that we're supposed to be. You have to open your eyes and understand who you are, who we are, what our roles in government is, and what the roles we delegated to these government elected officials is. It's not to rule us. It's not to dictate how we live our life. It's not to tell us what to wear or what drugs to inject into our body. That is not their job. Their job is to do simple things like roads and schools, which they've all failed at. So we continue to put our faith into people that fail every single day at their duty. And we hope that they're going to this time come through for us. How crazy are we? How long? How long are we going to engage in this nonsense that somehow we put the right people in the right places and everything's going to be better? It's a bunch of garbage, guys. We've been looking at this for 4 years. We put Trump in office. He had a majority in the House. He had a majority or almost a majority in the Senate. He's not done anything. It's been nothing but a fight. It's exactly what's taken place in Oregon. Nothing has happened. We've done nothing but digress as a society. We've digressed to the point that we are about to kill each other. And that's because the elected people that we've put in office have failed to do their job. They've done things that isn't their job, and they cannot complete the task that is their job. So, what are we to do? Are we to just sit back and hope? Are we to sit back and continue to pray that putting the right people in, that the people will see that, we're heading in the wrong direction? Are we to continue to hope that things will change? Or will we put our faith in each other, in you, in me, in everybody around us, and actually stand up and start acting like a self-governing society? Start acting like Americans. Start living our lives free with liberty as we were intended? Or are we going to continue to bow down to tyrants like Kate Brown? Are we going to continue to hope that putting the right people in through the electoral process is our only solution? Or are we going to act? All you got to do is take the mask off. It's a simple step. You walk into the place, say, no, I don't have a mask. I'm not going to wear one. Very simple. Quite simple. Are you willing? Are you able to engage in that? It's not that the answer is, well, but. There's no yeah, but. This isn't the Flintstones. This isn't yabba dabba do. You can. You just choose not to. You choose to put the mask on so you don't have to be confrontational. You choose to put the mask on so that you don't have to deal with repercussions for what you believe. I don't put the mask on. A lot of people don't put the mask on. And guess what? We're still alive. We're able to still do the things that we need to do. Is it a little bit harder? Yeah. I just drove past every grocery store in this town to go to the one store that I know that I don't need to wear a mask. Is it harder? Yep, it's harder. Is it more expensive? Yep, it's more expensive. Is it worth it? Damn right, it's worth it. Principle is worth it. Integrity is worth it. Standing on our beliefs is worth it. We have to stop bowing to this nonsense. You're not a frickin' serf. You're a frickin' American. And we need to start acting like it. We need to believe in ourselves again. We need to understand that when people fail to do the job that we gave them the power to do, we simply have to do it. The old adage, what's the old adage? If you want the job done right, you probably got to do it yourself. Guess what? We want the job right. Guess who's going to have to do it? Ourselves. I need you guys to think. I need you to start finding the courage inside of you. Look around. You have neighbors that will stand with you. You have people that will unite beside you. It's time that we understand who we are again. Who these men bled and died for. For you, for me, for everybody to have this chance, this last chance at liberty. And if we lose it, we got nobody to blame but ourselves. Nobody. There's no more excuses. This is up to us to fix the mess that we put ourselves into. And if you can't do that, then just get out of the way. Sit down, be quiet, put on your mask, put on your muzzle, and get out of the way. That's where we're at. I'm frustrated seeing the can get kicked down the road again and again and again. Oh, well, hopefully this election cycle will be better. Guys, we cannot vote our way back to liberty at this point. We can't. The little R and the little D next to everybody's name is preventing liberty from existing, from progressing. The two-party system, just like George Washington told us in the very beginning, it will be the destruction of this country. And it's exactly what has happened. The little R's and the little D's don't give a flying you-know-what about how we the people think. They think they know what's best. Well, it's time that we show them differently. Am I telling you not to vote? No, I'm not telling you not to vote. Go vote. All avenues. All avenues. But what I'm telling you is don't be surprised when absolutely nothing changes after we're done voting. Nothing. Not a thing is going to change. Probably progressively going to get worse, especially here in Oregon. So, I want you to remember, come November 4th, when all the results are in, and all the people that are supposed to be our saviors don't come to the rescue, I want you to remember this message right here. I want you to remember that it's like, okay, they're not here to save us. We don't got Superman on the way. I guess we're going to have to do the job ourselves. So that's the message I wanted to share. I'm tired of seeing the masks. I'm tired of seeing the people bow down to tyrants. I can't believe this is America 2020 right now. And I hope to God, I pray to God, that things change, that the mindsets of people change real soon. Because without it, you can kiss this country goodbye. And that's the fact.